What's going on? What's going on, y'all? How's everybody doing? Top Flight TV, Mr. Top Flight Films. Big Flight. We in the building, man. I know it's been about a week or so since I last tapped in with y'all. Today, I would like to talk about Jay-Z, Eminem, and others in the Epstein files. Also, we're going to touch on Shaboozy and his latest comments about who exactly built the United States. That was very interesting. And we're going to get into that. I got a little bit of time, not too long, not a whole lot of time, but I'm here. So, y'all know everybody's been begging for these Epstein files as if they're going to read all 3 million pages. You know, people really started to aggravate me with this Epstein file thing because, you know, at the end of the day, what are you going to do when you see these people in the Epstein files? What exactly are you going to do? And we're going to touch on Jay-Z. I want to talk about Jay-Z in particularly. A lot of people have been talking about Jay-Z, and a lot of people have been pointing out that nobody's talking about Eminem. Eminem is also in the files. They name Pusha T, and they name Eminem, and they name Jay-Z. Now, from what I'm seeing, this is something that supposedly happened in 1996. And what they're reporting is not something that is in Jeffrey Epstein's personal file. It is from an anonymous tip. You understand? So a lot of people were taking this thing and running with it. I'm not saying Jay-Z is not on nothing funny. I'm not saying that he's not guilty or... Because at this point, let me say this. At this point, Jay-Z's being implicated in a lot of nasty things. You understand? It's like they getting close. You know what I'm saying? I've been sticking up for Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? Just off the strength that I don't believe a lot of the stuff, but his name keeps getting brought up. You know what I'm saying? And at this point, it's like, all right, bro. What makes this more damaging is the videos with Weinstein. Him and Weinstein was cool. Him and Harvey Weinstein was real cool. So I'm not saying he's guilty or innocent. But what I do want to point out is how people are taking this and running with it. And they're like, oh yeah, lock Jay-Z up. Jay-Z did this, Jay-Z did that. With no proof. You understand? Like, these files and these events have shown how many sheep are out here in this country. There's so many brain dead people running around here on this internet. It's actually appalling. Like, a lot of the comments that you see, a lot of things that people are saying, it's very scary because this is our nation. This is our future. People see a headline and they run with it without any type of investigation, without any type of, looking into what they're talking about. So they say Donald Trump, he has some real crazy allegations in those files. Me personally, I don't trust the files. I don't trust nothing none of these people are saying. I don't know if Epstein is alive. I don't know. So I don't act like, see, most people online and in the real world, they act like they know what's really going on. And the reality is nobody knows exactly what's going on. You know what people tell you. You know what I'm saying? You know what the government is telling you. You know what they're going to report. There are 3 million pages in that file, man. Who has read all 3 million pages? Now, Jay-Z is looking bad, man, and I believe Jay-Z will start speaking out soon. This is not a good look. This is not a good look for Jay-Z. He won that little battle with Tony Busby regarding the P. Diddy thing. He won that. That was a fire that he put out. But this news allegation, this is not a good look for him, whether he did it or not. I believe somewhere in there, Jay-Z has done some wrongdoing. And I'm just saying that because his name keeps coming up and he was real cool with Harvey Weinstein. Those Harvey Weinstein videos make him look really guilty. And I hope he comes up and clears his name and talks to the public. All that mysterious shit is cool. At some point, you're going to come out and talk to the public. You dig? Shaboozey. We're gonna move on to Shaboozey. We're not gonna spend a lot of time on the Epstein list because, like I say, everybody that's begging for the Epstein list, what are you gonna do now? Did you sit down and read all 3 million pages? Like, people just talk just to talk. People complain just to complain, especially the liberals. They like to talk about, oh, drop the Epstein list. Okay, it's dropped. It's here. Now what? What you gonna do? Nothing. You're gonna sit around and complain. Okay? See, what I've known is, the reason why I'm not tripping off the list is, we already know America's forefathers were human traffickers. We already know America's forefathers are pedophiles. Okay? We know that they are some of the most nastiest human beings in history. So what the hell why would I concern myself with a Jeffrey Epstein list? We know what the government is about. You dig? RS11 said Jay-Z is not FBA. Yeah, I never said he was. I never said he was. And the reality is, it wouldn't even matter to me. I don't want to see anybody being accused falsely of things that they may not have done. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care if... See, the thing that really irritates me is when people take a headline and run with it. They don't even have the facts. They're not even reporting accurately. That's the thing I don't like. You dig? Yeah, it's a conspiracy theory. And I just broke that down. I'm not saying Jay-Z is innocent or guilty. I'm not saying either or. I've been a big defender of Jay-Z. I've been a defender of P. Diddy. And it's not really defending them, it's defending the truth. Because if they can attack these brothers and lie to these brothers and incarcerate these brothers, guess what they can do to you? They can do the same to you. You understand? So, Shaboozey. We can tap back into the Epstein list if y'all want, but I want to move on to Shaboozey, or whatever the fuck his name is. Now, I didn't know Shaboozey was Nigerian. I found out later on. Very interesting. Shaboozey has a country song, very popular country song, where he took Jaquan. Everybody in the club get tipsy. Y'all remember that song? Huge record. He basically remade his song into a country song. Real popular song, did very well. My daughter played it every morning, okay? Okay. My 4-year-old daughter at the time, she played it every damn morning. So Shaboozey he's been kind of creeping, right? And he got his song going, and he's just kind of been laying low and enjoying his new celebrity. And he went and he got a Grammy. He won a Grammy. Congratulations for winning the Grammy, right? He goes and he does his acceptance speech, and he says, this nigga said, he said that immigrants built the country. Immigrants built the country. Now, as soon as I saw it, I knew that he had just placed himself in a very peculiar situation. It's so many layers to what he said, and it's so many layers to what we're about to break down. Now, Shaboozey is a child of Nigerian immigrants, okay? So he has Nigerian lineage, okay? No problem. Shout out to all my Nigerian people. But to go and after you win that Grammy, nobody knew that you were an immigrant, really, right? You win the Grammy off of country music in which black folks helped develop, okay? Some people will say that we started country. And off a Jaquan song, which is a hip hop song. This is the reason why you have your Grammy, yet you go up to do your acceptance speech, and the first thing out your mouth is immigrants. I don't know if everybody has watched the Grammys or clips from the Grammys. Have y'all seen clips? All they talked about was immigrants. Immigrants, 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 immigrants. At this point, the agenda is so profound and in your face. But a lot of people are asleep. They they like brain dead, like I said. At this point, you should know that the liberals, the Democrats, They are pushing this immigration shit. They're shoving it down your throat. You dig? Oh, I'm gonna get to the comments in a minute. Y'all hold tight. If you paid attention to the Grammys, everybody was talking about immigration. Billie Eilish, immigration. Shaboozy, immigration. Bad Bunny, immigration. The list goes on and on and on and on. What is this push with immigration? What are they trying to shove immigration down our throat for so much? It is very strange, y'all. It's extremely strange. I'm sitting back thinking like, you know what? There are so many other things that we could be fighting for. We need to take care of home first. We need to take care of Americans first, right? Why are y'all worried about bringing immigrants over here, keeping immigrants over here that shouldn't be here when Americans can't even eat, right? It's some Americans struggling to pay bills. It's Americans that are homeless, many Americans that are homeless. Yet you lunatics are out here fighting for immigration. Come on, man. Like, what is this about? I don't understand. And you know, one thing I always point out is a lot of those people that are protesting in the street, acting like straight lunatics, these people are single. They don't have kids, right? They have no home. They're not homeowners. Because why aren't we out there fighting for no taxes on home ownership? Can't we find a better cause to fight for than immigrants? And the reason why they out there fighting is because the Democrats told them to go out there and fight. You dig? This is crazy, man. So going back to Shaboozey. Shaboozey goes after doing and getting his success off a song. Let's be real. Let's be real. 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them by another round, something more. That's the allure of that song. That's what makes that song a hit. Is Jaquan's hook, right or wrong. So after getting his success off a foundational Black American artist, hip hop artist, he goes up to get his acceptance speech and he has the nerve to talk about immigrants built the country. So this is the part I like. Once he did that, the internet went crazy. The internet went absolutely nuts, right? I'm watching. I want to see what the people are saying about this. I want to see who's asleep. I want to see who's asleep and who's awake. Because normally, most people are just fucking sleep. Especially my people. Especially black folks. Sorry, it is what it is. It is what it is. So I wanted to see how my people was going to take this. How the foundational Black Americans were going to take this. And I looked under each post, each blog that reported on this. And I'm seeing my people very much awake. Okay? I see them very much awake. People are giving Shaboozey the real history and knowledge of who built the country. You understand? Listen, that was total disrespect. That was total disrespect. I believe it was on purpose. I believe that somebody wrote that acceptance speech. I believe that they told, call me crazy, but I believe that they did that on purpose. You understand? I'm gonna get to all the comments. I believe that they put Shaboozey up there and told him, when you win, because they know he was gonna win, when you win this award, we want you to give the credit to immigrants. Because the whole Grammy show was some sort of weird immigrant celebration. It's really fucking weird, y'all. You dig? It's super weird. It was coached. Now, when I saw the reaction from foundational Black Americans, I want to salute my people, man. I want to salute Let me tell you something. the people that have been going against foundational black Americans, they are losing, and they're losing very bad. All they're doing is giving light and attention to what a foundational black American is. All they're doing is giving promotion to this new term that we call ourselves. You understand? We showed up under every post. It's hundreds and hundreds of comments correcting Shaboozy, right? So much to the point to where as though he had to come out and apologize. Now we get to another level, okay? This nigga tried to apologize. Let's talk about the Shaboozey Grammy acceptance speech apology. Did y'all see that bullshit? Did y'all see that apology? Shaboozey basically, instead of just saying I'm sorry and salute to the foundational black American ancestors, this nigga went up there and said, yeah, I know we built the country. Shaboozey had the nerve to say we built the country. Listen, I have no problem with any other group of people. I love people from everywhere. I do business with people from everywhere. I've grown up with other people of other ethnicities and from different countries. But let's be real. Black Americans are like no other people, okay? And if your family didn't suffer slavery in America, you're not we. There is no fucking we. You understand? There's us, okay? Foundational black Americans, you dig? Yeah. So he tried to act like he was a part of foundational black American lineage. And I believe that he was trolling. I believe the same person coached him into that weak ass apology. You dig? Droid 760 said, nobody is trying to say we are the same. Yes, Shaboozey, are you listening, my brother? Shaboozey said, go look up his apology, right? Go look up Shaboozey's, I don't even like saying that fucking name. Go look up Shaboozey's apology, right? He said that, yeah, I acknowledge that we built the country. What the fuck you mean we? Ain't no we. All right, it is no we, brother. Listen, respectfully, when my ancestors were building the country, some of your ancestors sold. They sold us, goddammit. You understand? So what do you mean we? Come on, man. They were trolling us, y'all. They were trolling us. This whole immigration thing is so out of hand, bruh. And I want to know, and I have my theories, but I want to know why they are pushing immigration so hard. They have their minions out in the streets getting ran over and shit like some idiots. Have y'all seen the videos of protesters trying to stop the car running backwards? Have y'all seen these videos? You got protesters trying to stop the car running back. Why are you trying to stop a Chevy Tahoe police package? Why are you trying to stop it with your hands? Like idiots, man. Idiots. Jimmy Neutron said, your ancestors didn't build this country, bro. Jimmy Neutron, I want you to do this right now. And everybody else in the chat, I want you to go to Google. Google is your friend. Go to Google, and I want you to type in, did black Americans build this country? I'm not even about to sit here and debate that shit. If you don't know, now you know. You understand? Like, do your homework. If you don't know who built, if we didn't build the country, why the fuck did they bring us over here? Did they want black people here? They just wanted us to come hang out with them? Did they want to, Jimmy. If we didn't build the country, not only did we build the country, we are the reason why America became so rich and powerful. We're that reason. And I'm not even I'm not even finna argue with you. Go look it up. Everybody can go look up whether, go look up our role in building the United States of America. We were the first stock on Wall Street. We made America wealthy. If it wasn't for us, America would not be wealthy. Do you understand? Knock it off. So anyway, we already know this. Anybody that's gonna say you didn't build the country, bro, you're just coping at this point. Even your Lord and Savior, Donald Trump, said it. He said, African Americans built this country. This is what he said, word for word. So go cope somewhere else, okay? I'm gonna get to some comments, man. EB said Native Americans are the first. They didn't build shit. Native Americans didn't build shit. And I got a Native American ancestry, but they didn't build shit. What did they build? What did the Native Americans build? John said, talk about the first Black Wall Street. Well, you know, Black Wall Street was a rich Black neighborhood where they didn't depend on anybody outside of that neighborhood. And America bombed the neighborhood. I mean, it's really very simple. We were thriving. Everything that they're saying that we aren't today, we were back then. But guess what happened? They came through and they dropped bombs on that neighborhood. In many other neighborhoods. They sabotaged many other neighborhoods. Rosewood, Greenwood, a lot of different neighborhoods. You dig? Big shout out to everybody in here. Listen, do me a favor, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. I only come on here to vent. I don't come on here to be a YouTuber. I come on here to vent. I'm busy. I got other shit to do. But every now and then I make time to come on here and tell y'all what's on my mind and what's on my heart. You understand? Wilmington, North Carolina too, exactly. Ashley said they took it from us, our business, and all the way back then. RT says half truth. We'll speak on it, RT. You're more than welcome to speak. You understand? This is a safe place. I want to hear intelligent conversation, intelligent dialogue. Mike Felix says Eminem was debunked. Of course. Of course Eminem was debunked. But Mike, who wasn't debunked? Tell us who wasn't debunked. This is sad, bro. You can't make this shit up. Boosanator says, what do you mean by that? Mean by what? RT said Jay-Z wasn't in the files. Boosanator is telling us again how Eminem was debunked. We know, bro. We know. See, that's the difference. The white dudes, they gonna stick up for the white dudes. And unfortunately, it's niggas out here. It's more niggas talking about Jay-Z needs to be locked up than it is anybody else. And that's the sad part. Shout out to Ishman from the UK. What it do, homie? CeeLo says Native Americans were enslaved as well and used to build this country also. Asian specific. Well, that's after the fact, homie. That's the Asian thing was late. That, you know what that means. Y'all forgive me, man. Somebody was calling my phone and a lot of people just dropped off. We're gonna keep it rolling. Mike said natives weren't brought here from Siberia. That's the fraudulent info. John said he should get locked up. For what? What did he do? What did Jay-Z do? What exactly did Jay-Z do? Yeah, the move. Joe Cruz, shout out to you. Yeah, they dropped a bomb on a neighborhood in Philadelphia. Yeah. Bob Ross said, how do y'all know M's in the files? See, nobody read the files. Nobody read the files. Let's keep it real. Y'all, everybody that was begging for the files, Y'all didn't read, and if y'all not concerned with this shit, bro. A lot of liberals, man, they just don't like Donald Trump. Let's just keep it real. Um, Amy said he did. You read all 3 million pages? Bob Ross says, "Where's Eminem's in the files?" You gotta go look, brother. You gotta go look. Yeah, y'all not concerned. Y'all only concerned with what they tell you. See, most people are sheep, and you're only concerned about what the headline is. Whatever they feed you, if they say Jay-Z is in the headline because they didn't talk about Eminem, right? That's not all over. That's not all over the internet, right? Jay-Z and Pusha T are all over the internet. Chris Tucker is all over the internet. Chris Tucker, he did an interview. He cleared that whole thing up. You understand? Now let me ask y'all this. Let me ask y'all this. If you had a friend, right, or let me say a business associate, if you had a business associate that you did business with, and I'm not defending none of these people, but if you had a business associate, let's say his name is John. John turns out to be a PDF, but you and John have done business. You and John have had phone calls. You and John have had text messages. You're gonna be in John's files, even though you might not have did business with John. Do you understand? Oh, Adam Sandler's in there. Alexis said Adam Sandler is in there too, but he was just mentioned. Yeah, a lot of people were just mentioned. But see, to the average regular sheep, they think just because they're mentioned in the Epstein files that they have some sort of guilt. You dig? This is just nicotine, brother. I don't smoke no weed. I ain't smoked weed in 22 years. George Clooney's in there. Janine Thompson said Trump is going to have ice at the Super Bowl. Beware. I heard that, but then I saw something else where the NFL made a statement. They said that he's not going to have ice there. Oh, Ellen DeGeneres is in there too. Yeah, so Shaboozey, he disrespected the lineage, he disrespected the ancestors, and he can kiss his little career goodbye. It's a wrap for Shaboozey, man. He's done. I believe they used that man. They used that man for their immigrant agenda. You dig? Look, we got 431 people in the building. Y'all hit the like button for me. And since we got 431 people in here, I want y'all to answer a question. And I want you to put it in the comments. Is there anything on your priority list other than immigrants that you think we should be protesting for? What is your cause that's greater than immigration that you think we should be protesting for? Katie. Cattle. James Anderson said, save the children. Affordable housing. I agree. Calling my phone. I had a good question here too. Asked me did I like Trump. Let me give you my little feelings on Trump, or my stance on Trump. I think Trump is a necessary evil. Okay? I don't have a problem with 90% of the things that Trump has done thus far. You understand? I don't have a problem with 90% of the things that Trump has done thus far. I believe that Trump made the right move with this immigration thing. Okay? I believe that Trump is doing what he has to do when it comes to immigration. He is securing the border, and he's getting people that shouldn't be here up out of here. That's my opinion. Now, the world we live in, by me saying that, people are going to get upset. They're going to get hurt. They're going to get their feelings hurt. You understand? But what about our feelings? What about us wanting our kids to be secure and safe? We don't want people roaming the land. We don't know where they from, who they are, what they've done. See, these liberals, man, they so damn crazy. If I go and I say, hey, I support ICE, not saying I do, but if I said that, people would try to dox me, people would try to slander my name, people would be very upset with me. But what about our feelings? What if I want my kids to be safe? What if I want to know who the fuck my neighbors are, who's walking into my neighborhood? Or do we just want an invasion? Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, they wanted to have people walk through the goddamn border, come over here, and we don't even know who they are. You dig? Richard is really upset. He has a Jamaican flag, and he's saying SMD. Listen, Batsy, man. Okay? Don't do that. All right? Don't do that, Batsy, man. The Game Prophet, MAGA for King Trump. Giant the Tom 40 said you a lie. What I lie about? What I lie about? Yeah, Mook. Hey, they tweaking, bro. They doing a lot in here. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Listen, I gotta get off of here. I'm gonna tap back in with y'all. I got a little family emergency. FBA all goddamn day. Big FBA. Y'all know what it is, man. Foundational Black Americans. Big shout out to all my other Jamaicans and Haitians and all other Americans, everybody. Shout out to everybody, man. Peace and love. I'm out of here. Peace.